Hello and welcome to our channel Timeless Tales. We are witnessing the Great War of Mahabharata in this series. So stay tuned and watch new episode daily. Day 3 of the Great Kurukshetra War and the Kaurava army, on the command of their generalissimo Bhishma, assembled in the Garuda Vyuha while the Pandava army, thrilled and courageous because of their previous day's victory, formed the Crescent Moon Vyuha on the command of Drishtadyumna. With the sun rising in the east, the conchs were blown and drums were beaten, indicating the start of the day's battle. Desirous of victory, the warriors of both the armies battled vigorously. The shouts of the steeds and elephants, cries of the wounded soldiers, and also the roars of the heroic warriors in the duel reached the skies. Terrible was the battleground to witness as the Pandava army struggled to break Bhishma and Dronacharya protected array of the Kauravas. Arjuna fought against 1,000 Rathas, Maharathas, and kings who were skilled in handling diversified weapons. King Saguni, along with his army, battled with King Satyaki and Abhimanyu as King Yudhishthira. Sadeva and Nakula battled against the foremost mighty souls, Bhishma and Dronacharya. Bhima dueled with his foremost arch-nemesis Duryodhana. Struck by Bhima's arrow in the chest, Duryodhana fell unconscious in his chariot. Seeing this, the Kaurava army, believing that Duryodhana is dead, they fled from Bhima. Duryodhana's charioteer rushed the chariot to the camp immediately. The day belonged to the Pandava army as the Kaurava soldiers fled in all directions. O mighty warriors, running from the battle is not going to earn your soul any respect, especially for a Kshatriya. Fight with mightiness till victory or die trying. Come back to the field and battle. Bhishma and Dronacharya addressed to the Kaurava warriors who were absconding from the battle. Seeing Duryodhana returning to the battlefield, delighted warriors, with cheered hearts, turned to battle against the Pandavas and their army. Irate on witnessing the slaughter of his army, Duryodhana rushed to Bhishma straightaway and said, Pitamaha, the Pandava army is slaughtering my troops when I have the mighty Bhishma as my generalissimo and incomparable Dronacharya, Aswathama, Kripakarya, Jayadratha, Duchadana, and many more kings on my side. Why is my army being stabbed when the Pandava army is no match to the prowess of you all? You vowed that you will defend Hastinapur and me, but now you are favoring your favorite sons of Pandu. If you would have informed me before battle that you will favor only the Pandavas, I would have made Karna as my generalissimo. Because of you, Karna is also not in the battlefield. Not keeping your words, you are going to be responsible for my defeat, I think. Though hurt on Duryodhana's words, Bhishma smiled at him and said, O Duryodhana, you are still blinded. With the almighty Krishna on their side, how do you plan to win this war? You do not recognize the mightiness of Krishna and Arjuna. Witnessing the way your army is being slaughtered, you have offended me with your words. I have never forgotten my vow. Today, for your sake, I will face the mighty Pandavas by myself. The sun was at its peak, radiating heat waves on the battlefield and on the warriors. As the sun witnessed the mightiness of Arjuna and Bhima in the morning and forenoon, the sun witnessed the prowess of grandsire Bhishma in the noon. Even the sun was not able to dehydrate the wetness of the blood of the Pandavas' warriors and animals that streamed on the soil like a river. Slaughtering the steeds and elephants of the Pandava army, Bhishma blockaded the Pandava chariots from fleeing and slaughtered them. Every single arrow that left from Bhishma's bow either slayed or wounded a Pandava warrior or animal. Unable to face grandsire's prowess, even King Yudhishthira rushed his chariot in opposite direction. Witnessing the terrified army, Krishna said to Arjuna, Arjuna, Bhishma is scorching the army. It's time you defend your warriors and face the mighty Bhishma. Remember your vows in the Hastinapur court and attack Bhishma right now. Defend your army. On listening to Krishna's words, out of respect for Pitamaha, Arjuna hung his head down and said, Krishna, urge the steeds towards Bhishma. I will defeat the mighty souled Pitamaha in battle. Hearing Arjuna's trembled voice, Krishna steered the chariot towards Bhishma. Witnessing Arjuna, the Pandava warriors were delighted, and with cheered heart, they rushed against Bhishma and his army. Beholding Arjuna, Bhishma covered the chariot of Arjuna by shooting 1,000 arrows. Arjuna, aided by the mighty Gandiva, turned those arrows into dust, and Krishna, with great care, steered the steeds towards Bhishma. Before even the dust of those arrows could fall on earth, Arjuna shot a pointy arrow which broke the bow of Bhishma's. Excited in Arjuna's form, Bhishma took another bow, but that too was shattered by Arjuna in a blink of an eye, before even he could string it. Witnessing the prowess of Arjuna in archery, Bhishma praised him with cheered heart and said, "Arjuna, I am impressed. Your prowess is unique and incomparable. Exceptional work, O son, brilliant and admirable. Fight with me with all you have got. Gratify this old man with your mightiness." Fighting with all his heart, Bhishma took another bow and started showering arrows on Krishna and Arjuna. The area was filled with arrows, and the twangs of the bows of both the heroes echoed like thunder. Bhishma battled fiercely with all his mightiness. He hit Krishna in the chest with his pointy arrows which pierced through the armor. Witnessing the mightiness of Bhishma, both Krishna and Arjuna were astounded. Bhishma's arrows consumed the Pandava army, and witnessing it, Duryodhana and even King Yudhishthira felt that the battle might end today with Kaurava army's victory. Beholding Pithamara's prowess in slaughtering the Pandava army and unable to see the fear of death in King Yudhishthira's eyes and also of his warriors, Krishna said to Arjuna, "Arjuna, the mightiness of Pithamara is such that he could defeat all the three worlds in a day. In that case, even your entire army is not even a worthy opponent to him. Your soldiers are running away. See, Duryodhana is all excited and filled with hope that he will win today. Pithamara might slay King Yudhishthira and your brothers and sons by today itself, it seems. So, aim your arrows to slay him." Before Arjuna could take aim, Bhishma covered the chariot of Arjuna and Krishna with thousands of arrows, making it impossible for the steeds to move. Witnessing the struck Krishna and Arjuna, Duryodhana was filled with delight and commanded his whole army to contain Krishna and Arjuna and slay them while they are trapped. With courage, King Satyaki quickly proceeded to the spot with his division of army, shouting aloud, "O mighty warriors, rush to protect Krishna and Arjuna. Perform your duty as to what you have pledged. Fight for Dharma. Fight with impudence. Come on, O mighty heroes." With rage, the Pandava army rushed with King Satyaki against Bhishma, while King Yudhishthira stood terrified and stupefied. Arjuna, with the help of his celestial weapon, cleared the dense arrows of Bhishma and began to slaughter the Kaurava army as Bhishma engaged with Satyaki and the rushing Pandava army. Unable to face the prowess of Bhishma, those who rushed with rage turned their backs and started running away in all directions, not listening to the words of King Satyaki and Arjuna. Witnessing the disaster Bhishma is causing, raged Krishna said to King Satyaki, "For the sake of Draupadi, King Yudhishthira and his brothers, I will slay Bhishma, Dronacharya, the sons of Dhritarashtra and all other kings, and will make Yudhishthira as the king by today itself." Saying so, Krishna, with his chest broadened and proud and filled with rage, let off his hold from the reins of the steeds and descended from the chariot, and picking up a deserted chariot wheel from the chariot fell by Arjuna, he started walking towards grandsire Bhishma. The moment Krishna lifted the wheel, it resembled like his mighty weapon, the god of all weapons, the incomparable and divine Sudarsana Chakra, indicating the annihilation of the Kaurava army in a second. Krishna blazed like thousand suns, while the wheel blazed like a fierce comet set to exterminate the Kaurava army. Witnessing Krishna rushing at him with rage, the immensely souled Pithamara Bhishma kept aside his bow and with hands joined together, eyes filled with tears and heart filled with delight, he addressed, "O Krishna, Kesava, Lord of the universe, how blessed I am to be slain by you. How blessed am I to witness you falsify your vow for the sake of this soul. O Almighty, slay me this moment and grant me refuge beneath your mighty lotus foot. Blessed will be my soul forever." Still raged and rushing furiously, Krishna said unto Bhishma, "You are the one to be blamed for all this. The foremost wise man and grandsire, the one who walks in the path of Dharma, as a well-wisher of Hastinapur and your grandsons. You are the one who should have stopped King Dhritarashtra and Duryodhana from taking the path of evil. Your astuteness and years of wisdom were shattered the moment you sat silent in the court of gambling. You lead the Kuru family to destruction by remaining silent." With head bowed and hands spread, Bhishma spoke, "O Kesava, there's nothing that you do not know of. I accept your words, though it's all an act of destiny. Duryodhana and his father ceased to listen to us, and hence our words did not reach their heart, and I blame it all on destiny." In the meantime, terrified Arjuna, throwing aside his divine Gandiva, rushed towards Krishna and grabbed his divine foot, begging to stop rushing towards Bhishma while he was being dragged by the mighty raged Krishna. Arjuna, with teary eyes, said, "O Madhava, lose this wrath. I swear that I will do my duty, which is righteous, the one I have pledged to do in this battle. I will definitely exterminate the Kaurava army and the Kuru race. Kindly lose your ire and give me a chance to prove myself. I will keep up word." Hearing the words of Arjuna, Krishna stopped walking and, losing his wrath, he stood for a moment glancing deeply at Bhishma and Arjuna. The battlefield remained serene with terrified hearts, waiting to see what Krishna will do. Taking a deep breath, Krishna walked towards his chariot and ascended to his place. Bhishma, beholding Arjuna standing deserted and looking dubious, said, "Arjuna, this old man is expecting death with cheered heart. I was delighted to see Krishna wishing to take my life. If not for you, I would have gladly died in the hands of the Almighty. Do what you have vowed to do. Don't hesitate. Take your Gandiva and fight for Dharma." Arjuna, who was standing with tears, with a heavy heart, bowing unto Bhishma, he walked towards his chariot with a resolution in his mind. Bowing to Krishna and ascending his chariot, he took his Gandiva and battled against Bhishma. Gladdened on Arjuna's clear mind, Bhishma fought with all his mightiness. Witnessing Arjuna's prowess, King Duryodhana, along with the army division under Kauravas and King Salya, rushed to defend Bhishma. Witnessing the troops approaching him, Arjuna invoked the celestial and dreadful Mahendra weapon. The Mahendra weapon disappeared among the clouds, and within moments, it showered rains of sharp pointy arrows in 10,000s and pierced the kings, foot soldiers, archers, knights, steeds, elephants, and even the mahouts of the Kaurava army. The blazing arrows broke the flag standard of the chariots of the kings, pierced the armor of the warriors and penetrated into their body parts, cut off the arms of the archers, broke the shield and slaughtered the elephants and steeds. The pointy arrows broke Kauravas' javelins, King Salya's mace, and also hit Duryodhana and Bhishma. King Satyaki cut off the arrows that emerged from the bow of Bhishma. With the help of his celestial weapon, in one volley, Arjuna slaughtered 10,000 warriors, 700 elephants, and the whole army division of the Mallavas, the Saviras, and the Kshadrakas tribes of the Kaurava side. Witnessing the massive and cruel slaughter of the Kaurava warriors by Arjuna, the Pandava warriors cheered aloud, which horrified the terrified hearts of the Kaurava army. Not knowing whether Duryodhana and Bhishma are alive, the Kaurava kings ceased fighting and rushed to the spot, though they were gladdened to see them alive. Seeing Arjuna standing like the Lord of Death, everyone lost their hope in winning the war. It took a while for the Kaurava army to come back to their senses, witnessing Bhishma on the verge of being defeated. In the meantime, as the sun began to take back the light and the vision he gave for the whole day, seeing his terrified army, Bhishma blew his conch, and following him, the kings of the Pandava and the Kaurava army too blew their conchs. Both the armies retired from the battlefield, with their heart echoing the mightiness of Arjuna and the way he seized the victory of the Pandava army, which was about to fall on the hands of the Kauravas.